Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sizzle Doctor Clinic call. My name is Dr. Kurt Fiznick, and I am here to answer your questions. I'll start out the conversation just by saying, I've been doing a lot of reading on anti-aging, and it's amazing the things that have been discovered in the last 5 to 10 years. Last night, I made a post on Facebook where I stated that they now know that stress and hardship can be passed on from generation to generation, and how that works is if I'm going through a lot of stress in my life, it will shorten my telomeres, and we know that stress shortens the telomeres. Stress is one of the major contributors to shortened telomeres. But when it shortens the telomeres in my body, it also shortens the telomeres in the sperm cells. If you're female, it shortens the telomeres in the egg cells, and so therefore those shortened telomeres get passed on to the zygote. It gets passed on to the offspring, and now all of the cells from there forward will have shortened telomeres. And so sometimes when people have a hard life, it's not necessarily their fault. Sometimes it is something that comes on because of genetics. And so quite simply, that's how it works. And then obviously, if I pass it on to my offspring, they're going to pass it on to their offspring, and it's going to go forward. It's going to move forward into generation after generation after generation, where we're going to see shortened telomeres and premature advanced aging. And so that was one thing that I wanted to talk about this morning, and the other thing that I really wanted to cover. So what can we do about it? What can we do about shortened telomeres? What can we do to actually, address the issues of shortened telomeres to have an increased health span? Because merely having an increased lifespan isn't enough. We've done really well. Science and modern medicine, modern technology has allowed us to see people having extended lives. We've gone from in the 1800s, where you were lucky to make it to 50, 55, to where now the median lifespan is close to 80. And but along with increased lifespan comes increased old age diseases, cancer, arthritis, heart attacks, diabetes, and those sorts of things. So scientists are calling it the health span, which is the number of years that you're healthy during your life, and then the years that you have increased risk of illness. They're calling that the decline span, the declining health span. And so we want to shorten the declining health span, and we want to increase the overall health span. And so some of the things that you'll see coming out in the future are really remarkable. I was just having a conversation with Tom Maurer Sr. this morning regarding the new product that will be coming out soon, I hope, DeBomb, and it deals with senolytics. And the problem with senolytics is that some of the ingredients are pretty rare and exotic. They're hard to find, and you have to take a higher dose than what you would expect. And so where some companies are offering those ingredients now, you can order those ingredients. I've actually ordered some of them. But when you get the actual ingredient, you're finding out that it's in low concentration. You're finding out that it's quite expensive to go up to the levels that you want to be. So I'm looking way forward to when Tom and Sizzle come out with DeBomb, which will be our senolytic-based product. But what are senolytics? And what is the science of senolytics, I guess I should say, is that your cells have a normal programmed date of expiration. And at that time, when this message gets sent back to the cell, it tells the cell that the cell is too old to sustain a healthy life, and that the cell should commit suicide. That's really what's programmed into each of your cells. So your cells of your heart, your cells of your skin, your cells of your liver, the cells of the brain, they all have a built-in date of expiration. But because of toxicity and because of different things in our environment, our cells aren't listening to that message. And so we have cells, rogue cells, that are running around the body that shouldn't be there. And what Andrea and I talked about back in May, when we were coming back from our trip down south, where we made our round trip down south, is the fact that these cells, it can be, I drive a lot, so I'm gonna refer back to driving and traffic. If you're in a hurry to get somewhere and you've got an appointment, and a truck hauling whatever is in front of you, and they're blocking the path, so you can't get around on the highway, and they're going slow that they're slowing you down. Think of that like being a senolytic cell. And so your normal healthy cells can't get around, they can't beat that traffic. And what ends up happening is the senolytic cell slows the normal healthy aging cells, or the normally healthy aging cells, from doing their job, from getting to where they're supposed to be, from getting to the receptor sites and creating the biological action that they are supposed to be creating. And so what the science of senolytics involves is taking those cells out of the system, getting the cell to respond to that message. And so the reason that Tom is calling it DeBomb is because think of it like bombing all of those rogue cells, and then you've got all this debris scattered about. And then through another process, through a kind of a cleanup process, then your system needs to go in and clean up the debris. It needs to clean up the garbage that's left over after DeBomb has taken place. So really with senolytics, it's not going to be something that you're going to take on a daily basis. It might be something that you do every other day. It might be every third day. It might be twice a week. It might be once a week, depending on the strength of the product. And so you'll bomb these senolytic cells, the cells that have gone into senescence, and then you'll clean them up on a separate day. So that's really kind of the science behind it. And you can imagine then that if you're cleaning up all this mess, now you have the age pill, AGE, the anti-glycation extreme pill that we have. Now that will be more effective, because now your body can rebuild, replace those cells that have been taken out through the process of normal stem cell function. And that's how the age pill works. And so it's really it's kind of a new science. And I know Aubrey de Grey talks about it. I've just got an email this morning. I haven't had a chance to read it, from Aubrey de Grey and his foundation, where he's working on this anti-aging as well. And I haven't had a chance to read that yet. But you know, it's really all of these things combined, and then I like to combine it with resveratrol, with the Eternity as well. And in Eternity, some new science came out yesterday that showed that when you combine it with chitosan, it actually will be more effective as well. And Tom and I were talking about that this morning. We were talking about how if you use the Eternity product and you put your dose in your mouth and you swish it around your mouth for a while, let it absorb through the mucosal membrane, it'll actually go to work faster, because when you take resveratrol, if you take it orally, it has to go through the stomach, and in the stomach, the stomach acids, the heart's stomach acids, will actually destroy much of the resveratrol, and so it's not as effective that way, and so that's really what I wanted to talk about before I get started. I'm on the web page now, and looking to see if there's any questions there. I don't see anything. I know that Andrea tried to jump on earlier and do a question and answer just through Facebook Live, and I was unable to connect with that, and so if you were on that page, then chances are I didn't see your question. So I guess that's what I wanted to talk about today. And for those of you that are watching the recording, listening to the recording, thanks for being with us today. Thanks for being with me here today. And I look forward to talking to you next week. We'll be back here at the same time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.